I have really been enjoying hearing how everybody's doing with their online learning. Distance learning is different, and some friends are loving it and other friends are overwhelmed. And it's a lot of work, and I know, and it takes a little time to get used to. But I have a little tool that I'm going to share with you today for those moments when you're feeling a little frazzled, maybe a little overwhelmed. Whenever we step out and spend a little time in nature, it helps to ground us. And that basically means that it brings us back to our center, and it allows us to think a little bit more clearly. So it kind of brings our head, our mind sometimes is up in the clouds, and when we are in nature, either walking on a trail or planting or potting soil or anything like that, it just kind of brings us back to who we are. So it's a nice calming activity. You don't need to go out and buy anything, and that's what I want to share with you today. So I went hunting around my backyard, and I have a little bit of rosemary that's growing. So I went ahead and took some scissors. You can, if you have some gardening shears, you can use those as well. And I just cut about 3 inches off the top. You can cut about 2.5, 3 inches. And I'm gonna take the leaves off the bottom. Now, what you would like to do first is mix it with, if you have, mix a little bit of sand and a little bit of peat moss in a smaller container. It could be a plastic cup, it could be a pot like this, and then you're going to want to plant your cutting. And it doesn't have to be rosemary, it could be anything that you have in your garden or in your backyard or front yard. You're going to go ahead and plant that into your peat moss and into your sand. Then you're going to want to keep it nice and humid. So take a Ziploc bag and just kind of put it over it, okay? And then you're gonna let it sit. You're gonna check on it every couple of days, maybe every couple of weeks at first. And when you are able to give it a nice little tug, you know, and it doesn't move or it doesn't come up, you know that the roots are really starting to get down there. So then you are able to transfer it into your permanent pot. I have a few different pots here that I'm excited to fill. I don't know what I'm going to fill them with yet. I have this rosemary I might grow more of. Somebody from CCU shared these really awesome arugula seeds. I might use that. And I have these really cool marigolds. Oh, that'd be really cool to grow some flowers. So, but for the rosemary, I'm just going to use some potting soil. And I'm going to put the potting soil inside my smallest pot. That's my favorite one. I love how it's painted. And that's the fun part. You can decorate your pot afterwards. So once I put my potting soil in there, you can take your cutting that's going to have the roots and all. You're going to take it from the peat moss and the sand, and you're going to put it into your soil. And then just watch it grow. And at some point may have to be moved elsewhere, depending on how much you want of it. So check to see, and this could be a little bit of a science experiment, check to see what you have in your front yard, backyard. Check to see if you have any flowers, check to see if you have any seeds, check to see if you have any plants that you can cut. Those are what we call cuttings. And then you can plant it kind of like I did with my rosemary here. So have fun and experiment. See what's in your backyard. Remember that working with nature is very, very grounding. So take a break in the middle of your crazy school day and see if this will help you kind of refocus. And then the fun part is you get to be patient and watch it grow. I love you guys. I really want to see if you are able to do any of these, how it turns out. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.